My sister took away the husband of another one of my sisters. Our parents were happy for her. To provide some context, my family consists of my parents, my two sisters, and me. I'm sandwiched in the middle at 28 years old, with Maya being the eldest at 29 and Sally the youngest at 26. Our family dynamics have been complicated, largely due to Sally's early health scare. When she was born, she faced a serious medical issue that left doctors doubting her survival. Defying the odds, my parents poured every resource into ensuring her recovery, which she miraculously made. This event has led to Sally being overly pampered and favored ever since. Sally has always been given preferential treatment, receiving the best of everything, while I often ended up with hand-me-downs from Maya. Although I didn't mind much, it highlighted my position as the overlooked middle child. However, it was Maya who bore the brunt of our family's dysfunction. Being the eldest, she was unfairly blamed and held to higher standards, constantly finding herself in competition with Sally, a rivalry that seemed encouraged by our parents. Maya was expected to excel without fuss or recognition. In contrast, Sally's smallest achievements were celebrated extravagantly. This imbalance created a tense atmosphere, especially for Maya, who felt she had to tread carefully around our parents. She often faced unjust punishments and couldn't voice her grievances about Sally's bullying behavior because Sally was considered the special child. Sally's antagonism wasn't limited to Maya. I was also a target of her mistreatment and manipulation. She would take my belongings without consequence and seemed determined to outdo Maya in every aspect, even in personal matters. For instance, when Maya expressed interest in someone during high school, Sally went as far as to flaunt a romantic encounter with him in front of Maya. Financially, our parents didn't prepare for our education as they might have, leaving Maya to secure a scholarship and me to take out loans for college. The situation reached a breaking point for Maya during college when she introduced her boyfriend to our family. The visit turned disastrous when Maya discovered Sally in an intimate moment with him in our basement, causing irreparable damage. This family dynamic has left deep scars, particularly on Maya and me, as we've navigated the challenges of growing up in a household where fairness and support were unevenly distributed. After the incident with Sally and Maya's ex, my parents did scold Sally initially. However, within a few days, they shrugged it off with a "what's done is done" attitude, suggesting it would be wrong to keep the two apart now. That was the final straw for Maya. She lashed out at them, saying she was done putting up with their treatment after all these years, and then she cut ties with them. This caused a lot of tension in the family, with some relatives taking sides. Sally, unfazed by the drama, continued to date Maya's ex and eventually married him. Meanwhile, Maya moved on, met a wonderful guy named Adam, and got married. She invited our parents to the wedding, but not Sally. Our parents chose not to attend, but I was there to support Maya. Now Maya is expecting her first child and, despite her initial reservations, has started to mend fences with our parents. Our family hosts a big annual dinner where all the relatives and cousins gather. This year, Maya attended with Adam and Sally was there with her husband, who used to be Maya's boyfriend. Throughout the evening, I noticed Sally attempting to get close to Adam, but he clearly wasn't interested. When dinner time came around, our parents made a toast. Then Sally stood up to speak. She started by dramatically mentioning her childhood illness and then turned her attention to Maya. She made a backhanded compliment about how hard it must be for Maya to see her ex with Sally, but thanked her for being brave enough to attend. The whole speech seemed like another one of Sally's attempts to stir up drama and put Maya in an awkward spot. At that moment, Adam rose to his feet, visibly outraged, and confronted Sally. He questioned how she could have the audacity to insult his wife and implied who she thought she was to do so. Then Adam unleashed a torrent of words, which I'll try to summarize. He pointed out that Sally seemed to think she was unique because she was a so-called miracle baby, noting that he too was considered one, yet he didn't constantly bring it up as she did. Adam called her out for seemingly having no significant achievements beyond an accident of birth, suggesting that everything of value in her life was essentially taken from his wife, including her husband, who had been making inappropriate advances towards other women all evening. He criticized Sally for being so undesirable that even her husband seemed to avoid her, accused her of shamelessly flirting with him, and expressed that he would never be interested in someone with such a lack of substance and character. Adam highlighted Sally's apparent jealousy of his wife, accusing her of stealing from her simply because it was the only way she could match her. Sally was left in tears by Adam's harsh words, which left our family and relatives in shock. My parents looked to Maya for a response, but she chose to leave with Adam instead. The room fell silent, even among my cousins, signaling a general disapproval of Sally's behavior. Personally, I couldn't help but laugh quietly behind my wine glass, which caught my mother's attention. She criticized me for finding humor in my sister's distress. It's been over a week since the incident, and a video of Adam's tirade has been making rounds in our family group chat, still eliciting laughter from me. Since then, I've kept my distance from most of the family drama, but it seems both my parents and I have faced criticism for our reactions to Sally's situation. So given all this, am I in the wrong here? Due to privacy concerns, I'm unable to share the video or audio of the incident. However, I can provide a written account of what happened. Also, it's important to note that although we live in different states, we speak our native language at home, which means some of the translations might come across as a bit stiff. The people involved in this situation are Sally, Maya, Adam, Maya's husband, Mom, Dad, and Douche, Sally's husband. This all started when Sally sat down after making a derogatory comment about my sister, implying she was in competition with her. Adam was the first to respond, puzzled by Sally's remark. When Sally tried to brush it off, Adam pressed her for an explanation, clearly upset by the insult directed at his wife. Sally then accused Maya of being interested in Douche, claiming it was unfortunate he chose Sally instead, but expressing relief that Maya had moved on. Adam retorted by expressing his gratitude that Maya wasn't with someone like Douche, who had been inappropriate with several female cousins during the event. Sally took offense at the criticism of her husband. Adam's response was fiery. He questioned Sally's audacity to insult his wife and belittled her self-importance. The situation escalated quickly from there, with Adam launching into a tirade against Sally. He criticized her for thinking she was special for being a miracle baby, pointing out that he too had a unique birth circumstance but didn't boast about it. Adam then compared their achievements, highlighting his wife's success and respect in society against Sally's lack of accomplishments and reliance on her parents. Sally attempted to interject, but Adam continued, accusing her of having no significant impact on anyone's life and suggesting that her family's tolerance of her was limited to her parents due to poor upbringing. At this point, our mother intervened, threatening to eject Adam from the gathering. Adam concluded his rant by addressing Sally directly, accusing her of attempting to seduce her sister's husband under the guise of being friendly, which only added to the tension and left Sally in tears. The confrontation left everyone shocked and has since been a topic of discussion within our family. Adam, remember when you were trying to be friendly when Maya brought Douche home? Is that how you greet people in your family? Outsiders, huh? How about I show my appreciation by getting cozy with your dad and husband? Don't think I'm clueless. I know what you were up to. Dad, that's enough. You're crossing a line. Adam, no, I'm drawing a line between your daughter's questionable behavior and ours. How shameless can you be? Your own daughter is trying to ruin the marriage of your eldest daughter, and you're just standing by silently. Where was this energy when Maya needed support? Or when her boyfriend cheated on her with her sister? Is this the moral compass you instilled in your daughter? Do you even care about your other kids? OP and Maya suffered because your daughter acted like a bully. Where were you then? Would you blame Maya if she got involved with one of Sally's boyfriends? Tell me. Dad, I don't owe an explanation to a stranger. Adam, I'm not a stranger. I'm your daughter's husband. I have every right to address this. Your daughter's behavior needs to be called out. Sally, you think people like you, but we don't. None of us in this room of 50 people even remotely likes you. You think you're attractive and guys will fall for you, but you're just an unpleasant person. Your husband only married you because of a fake pregnancy and miscarriage. Even a cheater and pervert like him doesn't want to be with you. And all for what, that guy? Points at Douche. He's just your sister's leftovers. You're not even worthy of her leftovers. What have you achieved besides being a miracle child? You're a 20-something still depending on your parents. Your sob story doesn't move anyone. You're just an entitled brat everyone despises. Mom, Maya, your husband is disrespecting us. Maya, Adam, grab your coat, we're leaving. I've had enough. Mom, "Aren't you going to do anything?" Maya: "No, I won't." They left, and our cousins continued dinner while I quietly chuckled behind my wine glass. Mom asked why I was smiling. Me: "No reason, Mom. We have guests." The rest of the evening was Sally causing a scene and crying while my cousins shared videos and mocked her. The GC had everyone on their side except for Sally and her husband. Update 1. I wanted to share a little update with everyone. Today, I visited my sister Maya and her husband. I checked in with Maya about how she was feeling after the dinner incident. She assured me she was okay, but mentioned that our parents were pressuring them to apologize to Sally, which they refused to do. The GC, Golden Child, supported them, which was a relief. Many of our cousins' parents were unaware of Sally's behavior and bullying, assuming she would be angelic due to being a miracle baby. I apologized to my brother-in-law Adam for the situation, and he also expressed regret for losing his temper. He shared that he had a difficult upbringing with toxic parents, which led to his outburst towards Sally. I reassured him that our cousins found humor in the situation and viewed him as a hero of sorts. As for our parents, they remain in denial despite facing criticism from various individuals, including our grandmother, Mom's mom. She took particular offense due to her own past experiences with infidelity. It turns out that my parents misled her about Sally's husband, falsely claiming that he and Maya used to date but broke up. The family dynamics are now divided among cousins, uncles, and aunts, with disappointment lingering towards our parents. It's disheartening to see them act this way, especially considering they have alienated 2 of their children. I can only hope that Sally will care for them in their old age since they have clearly lost touch with reality. Update 2. After my conversation with Adam, he reached out to me a few days later asking to meet up. We decided to talk at his place, where he discreetly pulled me aside to share something troubling. Adam revealed that Sally had been bombarding him with relentless texts, despite his efforts to ignore her. He had even resorted to blocking 3 of her accounts to avoid the constant messages. The content of these texts ranged from apologies and pleas for communication to insulting Maya, questioning Adam's worth, sending inappropriate messages, and even sharing provocative photos with captions insinuating superiority over Maya. Adam was understandably fed up with Sally's behavior, and I shared in his frustration at her lack of shame. Feeling that my parents needed to be made aware of the true nature of Sally's actions, I arranged a meeting with them without informing Maya, who was already dealing with the stress of her pregnancy. During the meeting, as I was preparing to address the situation, Adam's emotions got the better of him, leading him to lash out at Sally in front of everyone, referring to her in derogatory terms. I intervened, urging him to calm down, but the outburst had already sparked fury in our parents. Despite their initial disbelief at the accusations against Sally, I presented them with concrete evidence of her inappropriate messages to Adam, causing them to react with a mix of disgust and shock. Sally attempted to deflect blame by claiming that someone was trying to tarnish her reputation with fake accounts, but her husband, Dost, intervened by forcefully taking her phone and confirming the truth of the messages. In a moment of raw honesty, he confronted our parents, labeling Sally in harsh terms and highlighting their failure in raising her. This confrontation led me to confront our parents as well, pointing out their pattern of favoritism towards Sally as the miracle child at the expense of their other children. I questioned whether they would have reacted the same if the situation were reversed, with Maya being betrayed by Sally's partner. It became evident that their enabling behavior had contributed to Sally's entitlement and alienation from the rest of the family, who had grown weary of her actions. Adam expressed his disappointment in our parents, questioning their parenting and moral teachings that seemingly failed to guide Sally in the right direction. He bluntly asked them if they were proud of their daughter's actions, labeling her as a homewrecker and questioning her lack of love from others. The weight of his words seemed to hit our parents, who remained silent in the face of his accusations. I, too, reached my breaking point and told our parents to leave us alone, indicating that Maya and I would be cutting ties with them. I emphasized that they had invested so much in Sally that they could rely on her in their old age. Their lack of response to my decision only reinforced my resolve to distance myself from them. My mom's tears and the family's collective disapproval further highlighted the consequences of their enabling behavior. As the tension escalated, I pointed out the role our parents played in the family's alienation from Sally's actions. Their defeated demeanor and the possibility of other family members holding them accountable for Sally's behavior painted a grim picture of their future relationships within the family. Despite doubts about their ability to learn from this experience, I found solace in the support from friends who advised me to treat Adam to a special meal and acknowledge his resilience in handling the situation with Sally. Following Adam's threat to involve the police, there had been no further communication from Sally, allowing a temporary reprieve from her disruptive behavior. Determined to support Maya during her pregnancy, I made plans to move closer to her, prioritizing her well-being and the need for familial support. In conclusion, while doubts lingered about our parents' ability to change, my focus shifted towards providing assistance to Maya and maintaining a healthy distance from toxic influences like Sally. Edit. Many of you have expressed doubts about the authenticity of this situation and have requested that I share the video as proof. I kindly ask you to refrain from making such requests. Despite my strong feelings towards Sally, I believe it is not fair to publicly shame her in that manner. Regarding the question about why my dad remained silent during the confrontation, it was a moment of shock for everyone present. Adam, who is usually quite composed, suddenly erupted in anger, which took us all by surprise. Even my dad, who is usually stoic, was visibly shaken by the intensity of Adam's outburst. Some of you have questioned the validity of the situation because Adam made a reference to pop culture. Let me clarify that Adam has a penchant for geek culture and often incorporates references into his speech, even in casual conversations. I urge you to stop sending me private messages requesting the video. It is not something I'm comfortable sharing. How do you like this story? Write your opinion in the comments. Let's get 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Love you.